friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I do hope that you enjoy it, and if you feel like it, go ahead and give this video a like and please subscribe to my channel. Also, I do appreciate you being here and clicking on this video. Today's video is mainly updates about my life, what's going on, what's happening with weight loss surgery, everything like that, and also just some things that I'm going to be changing on the channel that I think that are important to discuss because of how our society runs and how we have these societal norms kind of set in place. And I feel like I need to talk about it before I make the change. So if you're interested in hearing about all of that, please continue watching. I would really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great time. And before I ramble kind of about life and these changes, I do just want to go ahead and apologize for the ring light glare, and there's also a window over there that's glaring in my glasses. I couldn't really get it set up to the way where it wouldn't glare, so I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible, but I'm sorry if it's like bothering you. I understand. One thing I just want to go ahead and talk about with the channel changes is the fact that I will not be wearing makeup anymore, most likely when I film, unless it's for like a special occasion where I feel like doing my makeup. And I have a couple of reasons for this. One reason being that I really want to be my authentic self with this channel. And I want to really show who I truly am, because I think people like me and people that, women, men that don't wear makeup on a regular basis to make themselves look better for other people is normal. That's a normal thing. Like, I feel like makeup now is so kind of like mandatory, and it's like, oh, you don't look professional unless you have makeup on or whatever. But honestly, I'm just like done with that. Like, I don't really want to feel like I have to come on this channel like wearing a bunch of makeup and not being who I am and being kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, that's one of the big major changes. And I'm also changing that up for a couple other reasons. The second one being that most of the time when I wear makeup, I end up breaking out because I have allergic reactions to most of the makeup products that I've been wearing. I've been really trying to find a foundation that doesn't cause me an allergic reaction, but the other day when I wore makeup, which was 2 days ago, I think that I kind of had an allergic reaction to one of the makeup products that I was wearing. I'm just not sure what it was. But so, I don't know if you can tell, but you see all these like little like red marks, kind of blotchiness in my face. That's not how my face normally looks when I'm not wearing makeup, like for a consistent time period, if that makes sense. Like, this is just because I wore makeup 2 days ago. So that's the second reason. And the third reason is that I normally will use, I have to get ready, I have to do my makeup and all of that, like as an excuse to not film a video, even though it's something that I'm really excited to film. So I kind of just want to break away from that excuse and break away from that barrier of me like being able to film. So honestly, I hope that, y'all can accept that. I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's kind of my personal choice. If you don't like the way my skin looks, then that's kind of on you. I'm not changing for anybody. So that's on that. The second change that I will be making to the channel is glasses. I normally always wear my glasses. That is my authenticness. Like, I hardly ever wear contacts because most of the time they irritate my eyes since I don't wear them on a regular basis. And honestly, it's just kind of another step and another barrier that will get in the way of me filming. So I hope that y'all can understand that as well, and we can just kind of move on from that. And I will try to get this glare thing worked out. And if I'm not able to get it worked out, then I probably just will be blind for the video. So, that's just my choice. The next topic for discussion is the update on my weight loss surgery journey. That's really hard to say. Weight loss surgery journey. So if you watched the video where I was making a vision board, then you know that I've kind of been on this journey to get approved for weight loss surgery and have weight loss surgery. So where I'm at with that right now is kind of unknown. So I have done all of the steps to have weight loss surgery. According to my doctor's office, I have done all of the steps that they needed me to do to have weight loss surgery and to be a good candidate for it and to have insurance pay for it. In January, the last thing that I had to do was have an endoscopy. And so I had my endoscopy in January, like January 20th something. And the same phone call where I scheduled where I scheduled the endoscopy, I also scheduled my weight loss surgery. So I scheduled my endoscopy for the end of January, and then I scheduled my weight loss surgery for the middle of February. And I go in, I have the endoscopy, I get that done, everything's clear, everything's good. My doctor's like, yeah, great, we can do that. We can do your weight loss surgery. So then, the end of January, the last Friday of January actually, the doctor's office calls me, the hospital, I think it was actually the hospital that called me. And they were like, hey, sorry, but right now elective inpatient surgeries are canceled. So they were canceled for January and February. And they do it like a monthly, like at the end of the month, they analyze if they're going to cancel surgeries for the next coming month. And so in January, they had decided that all February was going to be canceled. And so I was like, okay, I'm not having weight loss surgery, you know, that's fine. Like, just give me a call, you know, whenever surgeries are going back on. And so when I was on that phone call with the lady who canceled with me, I asked her, you know, like what she thought was going to happen, because the last time that they canceled surgeries because of COVID, they were canceled for like 6 or 7 months. So I asked her, you know, what her thoughts were on it. And she shared her thoughts with me. She said that she didn't really think that it was going to last that long. And she let me know that I was number 12 on the list to be called to have surgery, okay? Go through February. And obviously, you know, like I don't hear anything because I'm not scheduled to have surgery or any, you know, like in February. So then the end of February comes. And I'm thinking, okay, you know, I've kind of been staying in the loop with how COVID is going. Nothing is really being said about high COVID cases right now. I think that I could potentially get this call to reschedule my surgery in March, right? And so, you know, like the end of February goes by, the beginning of March goes by, and I'm starting to get a little antsy. I'm like, so maybe they didn't call me. And I tried to reach out to the hospital's Facebook page. I sent them a question. I said, hey, are elective inpatient surgeries still being paused? And they didn't respond to me, which it's a Facebook page. I don't know who manages it, so that's okay. So a couple of days later, after I messaged them, I went to the hospital's website. And on there, I found a box where you can send in a question that you have about like a doctor's office or, you know, something that's going on at the hospital or something like that. So that's what I did. I sent in a message. I sent in a question. It was the same question I sent to the Facebook. I said, are inpatient surgeries still on pause? And then that was like on a Friday when I submitted it. And on Tuesday or a Wednesday, it was either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, this lovely woman called me. Her name was Mackenzie. Hope she doesn't mind me saying that. I doubt she'll ever see this video. But she called me and she let me know, like, hey, Haley, like, yeah, elective inpatient surgeries are still, like, they're on. They're not paused anymore. And so I got to talking to her. She asked me, you know, like who my doctor was, what kind of surgery I was trying to have and all that. And I let her know that information. And she said, oh, I've been working with his scheduler. So she's been working with my doctor's scheduler, the person that's in charge of calling me and letting me know, like, hey, we can do your surgery now. Okay. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh, that's great. Like, like, do you know like what his schedule's looking like? Like all that. And she's like, some people have their surgery scheduled out into September, and we've been really working on the backlog. And she's like, we've gotten a lot done. And I was thinking in my head, and I even said it to her, like, oh, you've gotten a lot done. Well, I was supposed to be number 12 on the list to get a call whenever surgeries were back on, and I haven't gotten a call yet. And she was like, that is kind of odd. So I'm going to write down your name and let his scheduler know to give you a call, to give you a call and schedule your surgery. I thought that was really nice of her, and that was a step in the right direction, right? Well, so then I had asked her, is his scheduler really busy? Because she was encouraging me to give the scheduler a call. And I'm like, I don't want to bother her if she's already working on the list, and I could be the next person she calls, right? And so I didn't call. I was kind of expecting a call. So I waited a week until I called his scheduler. And so I called on either a Monday or a Tuesday, because I wanted it to be a week. I know, not a business week, but a week, And so I call my doctor's office. I'm on the phone, right? And you gotta hit a bunch of numbers whenever you get connected, and you gotta tell them who you want to speak to. So I pushed that I wanted to speak to the scheduler. And this has happened in the past where I've pushed to speak to the scheduler and I haven't gotten the scheduler. So when the person answered, I said, hey, am I speaking with my doctor's name scheduler? Am I speaking with, his scheduler? And she was like, oh no, this isn't the scheduler. The scheduler's out right now. And I was like, okay, do you think that she'll be back tomorrow? And she was like, I don't think so. I don't really know. What can I help you with? And so I told her, I was like, I'm trying to get scheduled for bariatric surgery. I was like, I'm trying to get on that list. And she asked me for my information. I gave her my information. She puts me on hold. And then she comes back and she makes sure that I'm there. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she's like, okay, just verifying, you're trying to have bariatric surgery, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, so I'm really sorry. I don't know if you know this, but your doctor, she says his name, is leaving in May and is no longer scheduling any surgeries. And you guys, when she said that to me, I felt so many different types of emotions. I was sad. I was angry. I was confused. I was supposed to have my surgery in February, and now surgeries are going on. No one's giving me a call. It's just this surgery is such a life-changing decision. And, it's not just some run-of-the-mill, I got to get my appendix removed type of surgery, I'm literally going to be losing more than half of my stomach, and you're going to be inside of me, and I'm trying to lose weight. And when she told me that on the phone, when she said oh, he's not scheduling surgery, I said, what do you mean? When was I going to be called about this? When was I going to be alerted that I would need to find a different doctor to have my surgery, that I wasn't good, that my surgery wasn't, on the books? No one was, who was going to tell me that I wasn't going to be able to have surgery with this doctor that I specifically picked out to give me this life-changing surgery that is very important? And it's she was like, I'm really sorry. This happened to a couple of people already, blah, 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 making kind of excuses, telling me that in February, the old scheduler left, and now they have a new scheduler, and the new scheduler is trying to pick up everything, where it was left off, and I guess everything was disorganized or whatever. But I'm thinking, you know what, there needs to be somebody that is calling his patients to tell them that he's leaving. Because after you have bariatric surgery, the doctor that you have it with, you have to continue to go to them most of the time, unless like you move or something. If his past patients are trying to get an appointment to see him for like a checkup or something, and they don't know that he's gone, like they're gonna have to go through and find a different bariatric doctor to speak with about an issue that they're having or something like that. And at the end of the day, you can blame the scheduler, but I personally feel like this kind of falls on the doctor. That doctor knew that he'd be leaving in May. The last time I saw him was in January. And in January, the surgeries were paused and canceled for January. So in January when I saw him, why couldn't he have told me, oh, I'm leaving in May? Especially with knowledge that there could be a chance that my surgery could get canceled because of COVID. So after we got off the phone, I started crying. I was bawling. I felt so defeated. And I'm even getting emotional about it right now because it is something that's so important, and to just kind of be thrown out and left to do it by yourself and to find a different doctor and like not even be aware that that's something you need to be doing. And it's like, if they would have told me this like in February or at the beginning of March, I could have probably already seen the doctor that I'm going to go to and talked with him, and I could already have a date to have the surgery. But it's like they didn't think of that. They didn't think it was important to share that kind of information with anybody. And that's just really sad. Like, it's really sad and frustrating. So after that phone call with her, the lady on that phone call told me also that, you know, it would probably just be faster and quicker and easier to just find a different doctor that would do the surgery for me, like go to someone else. And so I asked her, you know, if I would have to start the program over again. And she was like, oh, if you see the bariatric doctors that are in the hospital that also work with the hospital, then you won't have to. And she gave me the names and the phone numbers for both of those doctors that I could choose from. And so that's what I did. After that phone call, I was researching those doctors, trying to figure out who I wanted to go to. And I found one, and I made an appointment with him to discuss the surgery. And so since I'm not familiar with this doctor, I have a list of questions that I'm planning to take to my appointment and see how he answers those questions. And if we're a good fit for each other, if I feel like he's going to be someone that's supportive and not degrading in the future, you know what I mean? So that appointment is in April. It's the middle of April. And I'm set for that, and I hope that that day I get a new surgery date because I'm really, you know, excited and looking forward to it. And I take everything as a sign, and I think it's a big sign that, or what happened with my old doctor, that's probably not the doctor for me. And also, it's like I would still have to go to a different doctor to have my post-op appointments. So I think it's better if the person that does my surgery is the person that I continue to see. So I just want to say one more thing about the weight loss surgery, and I'm going to move on. But so another thing with the weight loss surgery. So after that call with that one lady, I don't know, maybe like a week or maybe like a few days later, I get another call, and it's from the city where I'm having my surgery at, and I answer it, and it is my doctor's scheduler, my old doctor's scheduler, and she's like, hey, is this Haley? And I was like, yeah, this is Haley, like, can I help you with something? And she was like, hey, Haley, I was just reaching out because I wanted to know if you are able to have your surgery, if you're able to have an appointment on April 18th. And I was like, an appointment for what? And she was like, for bariatric surgery. And I was like, oh, okay, well, and like I thought about it a little bit, and I ended up declining that because, like I said, like I take everything that happens as a sign. And I don't want to go through, you know, having my surgery done by one doctor and then another surgery having to walk me through post-op stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that just wasn't for me. So I ended up not doing that. And I hope that whoever did get that appointment date, I hope that they have good surgery. Like, I hope that everything goes smoothly and well with that, and I hope that they're very satisfied. But that is all I wanted to say about the weight loss surgery. That was very long. I'm sorry, but it was a story, and like, it was very draining to kind of go through that. So the last thing that I wanted to say in this video is kind of exciting, okay? I got my first tattoo. It's a strawberry. Hold on, I'm gonna move. This is my first tattoo. It is a strawberry. I think it is so cute, and I'm very happy with it. And I definitely plan on getting more tattoos in the future. The next tattoo I'm probably going to get is going to be that sculpture from that Italian artist, I'm pretty sure. That is Medusa holding Percy's head, like in her hand, like a victory. I'm probably gonna get that tattooed on this arm. I'm thinking about making this arm like Greek mythology, like a whole sleeve of like just like Greek mythology, and this just like random color stuff. But those really fit into my vibe and kind of my like aesthetic. But yeah, that is all I have for you today in this video. I do hope that it was like sort of entertaining, you know, my disarray with this weight loss surgery. I hope that you stay in tune for the next 2 videos that I upload. They are haul videos. So I hope that you'll have a great day. Thank you again for watching. Bye.